From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
What's up, world? It's the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and it's time for the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Anglers Live. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I hope you are feeling the same. And man, oh man, we are over here trying to make it happen. It's Friday. Happy Friday to the world as well, too. So you guys, I hope you're enjoying your day and everything. But we're gonna jump right into it. I know I started a little early today, but it's all good. You know, that's what replays are for. All right. So last night the Bucks went wire to wire and put themselves one game away from their first finals in 50 years. They haven't been to the finals since they had a guy named Lou Alcindor. And man, oh man, it would be incredible to see Milwaukee go to the finals. But it would also be incredible to see the Hawks go to the finals as well too. Last night, the game was pretty good. You had a Bucks team that had multiple scores over 20 points last night as well. So not having Giannis was not that big of a deal to this team last night. It was a big deal to the media, but it wasn't a big deal to these guys. They played without him before. They led by Brook Lopez last night, who was resurgent in a sense with his 33 points. Chris Middleton had 26. Drew Holiday had 25, and Bobby Portis stepped it up with 22 points himself. And so pretty much last night, a hell of a game from the Bucks last night. Hawks were horrendous at shooting, even though they got 7 threes out of Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich had a high of 28 last night. Gallinari had 19 off the bench, but just was not enough last night to keep up with this Bucks team that seemed to lead at every point of this game last night. They got up early, 14 points. They were up 20 at multiple times in this game as well too. So it was just a great game all in all for this team, and they went ahead and they took care of their business last night, and that's exactly what you got to do. So pretty much the Bucks are in the driver's seat to get themselves to the finals, but it's going to be a tough game. Trae Young should be returning in this one as well too, because the pressure's on. The pressure is on. And Giannis gets another day off in a sense. I think that if they go to Game 7, Giannis will try to pull himself together and get into Game 7. But the way that Brook Lopez played last night, they could go ahead and take care of this series on Saturday, to be honest with you, because Brook Lopez got back to being what a big man is supposed to be. Get your butt up under the rim, dunk, have easy layups, just do what you got to do and get this team the victory. And that's exactly what Brook did last night, and it was a big, big reason why they won that game. And Drew Holiday was so comfortable at the point guard position. So things worked out. And as I said before, Bobby Portis will play an X factor. He winds up getting 22 points. So there it is. There it is. Bucks up 3-2. And they look like they could be headed to the finals playing against the Phoenix Suns. Nobody assumed or expected this, but hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. All right. So we move on, and we have some NFL news going on. The Titans have the most balanced offense with the addition of Julio Jones? I would say at this point, yeah, they got 3 great wide receivers, and then they probably have the premier running back in the NFL as well too. Only thing that can mess this up is Ryan Tannehill, and I don't think Ryan Tannehill is going to mess it up too much. But they're in a division that's very winnable this year as well too. You have the Texans having their issues with their starting quarterback, who's probably not going to be playing this season. Then you have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who've been rebuilding for the last, I don't know how long, but, they got a brand new coach, brand new quarterback, and a brand new sense of awareness. But, we don't expect much from them until later on in the season, to be honest with you. And then you have the Colts, who have a brand new quarterback as well, too, and Carson Wentz, who gets a fresh start in a place that's a little bit more common for him. So we're going to see how it goes with this team moving into next season. But I think that Julio Jones brings a whole lot of experience. He's been to a Super Bowl before, so he's exactly what the doctor ordered if you want to be all in with the team this year and trying to get yourself to a Super Bowl, because at the end of the day, I know that the Titans know this is going to be a short-term situation. They can't afford everything that's coming their way, so they're going to try their best to get to a championship this year. So we're going to see how it goes, see how it shakes out. But all in all, though, we probably do have the Titans as the most balanced offense in the league, and they should be very exciting this year as well, too. They shouldn't run into the woes like they did last year. They got great tight ends as well. They got a great offensive line. There's a lot of things working out very well with the Titans, and I think the Titans are possibly a 12-13 win team this year as well, too, when you look at the schedule and know that, pretty much they could cruise through their division this year as well, too. So if you're looking at over-under bets and things of that nature, I would say take the over on the Titans right now, man. I think it's at about 10.5. I would take it because I think this is a 12-win team at best. So let's see how it goes, man. But there it is, the Titans. They should be good this year. And talking about the AFC South, you have yourself Urban Meyer, once again, in the news for something that he shouldn't be doing. And Urban Meyer actually gets fined $300,000 for OTA violations. He's just trying to get his point across. He's just trying to get this team into a winning situation. What's wrong with, doing it the Urban way? But there were some speculations going on. I think that there were some drills and things of that nature that they shouldn't have been doing in the OTAs. He gets fined for it. There's some things that were a no, and he still went ahead and did it. And $300,000 isn't anything to sneeze at. So I know the owner's taking notes on this situation, and you better get him 6 wins at least this year, getting fined $300,000 before the season even starts. Come on, Urban. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and check out hatclub.com. Hatclub.com. Absolutely the best in the business. You guys check them on out. You guys go get that drip, and you guys can get yourself a 10% discount with the link in the show description. So any $50 order or better, you guys can get yourself a 10% discount with hatclub.com. Once again, that's hatclub.com. And with that, you guys stay right where you're at, and I'll be right here when you get back. And this is the Premier Sports Betting Show, the Primetime Angles Live.
Good News Only Racing Club, led by the legendary Doug O'Neill, the trainer of 2 Kentucky Derby winners, and I'll have another in Nyquist. Also trained 2-time Breeders' Cup champ Golden Sense, who are just a part of a long list of thoroughbred champions trained by Doug O'Neill. The Good News Only Racing Club has a young core of horses to look out for in Dennis's Celery, Irish Heatwave, and Notre Dame, just to name a few. Win the day every day with the Good News Only Racing Club, a proud sponsor of the NFL Bet Exchange.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
Tune into Big Wave Boxing every week with a brand new guest with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, getting the best boxing stories, best boxing angles, and the truth when it all comes down to the sweet science. Tune in to Big Wave Boxing on the Prime Wave Media channel on YouTube.
All right, here we are. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Blue Crew Daily. Muncy powers Dodgers to a 6-2 win over the Nats in D.C. to open up the 4-game series. And he did hit a grand slam yesterday, and we all love the grand salami. And boy, oh boy, he did it in ultra fashion as well, too. That was right on time in the game as well. And pretty much put the Dodgers well ahead in that game. And you know what? The Dodgers didn't look back. And that was their 50th win of the season yesterday as well, too. It was a 2-2 ball game. It was actually a 1-2 ball game. And A.J. Pollock actually hit a home run earlier in the inning to tie the game up. And then Muncy went ahead and just finished the deal. And there was no more runs after the 5th inning. And, you know, pretty much D.C. is a very, very hot team right now. So that was a big big victory for the Dodgers yesterday because they beat a hot team. And I think that's absolutely incredible. But you know what? They're running into some issues right now. Trevor Bauer is going to be out for at least a week. He's on administrative leave due to some issues that he had occurred with a young lady and everything like that. I don't want to dig too deep into it because there's nothing there yet. But pretty much there have been some things that have came out. It's kind of terrorizing, but it's kind of, you got to see the whole truth. The truth will set you free, I guess. So, we don't have to talk about it because this is not what this show is about. We don't get into politics here. So pretty much the Dodgers did get themselves a big win. They're looking to get another win today. They got Julio Jones going at it with Max Scherzer. No, that isn't Julio Jones either. But Julio Jones, one of my favorite pitcher on the staff, 9-3 on the season, a little bit below 4 on the ERA this year. Max Scherzer doing Mad Max things, but he's not getting as much run support. And you know what? He's giving up a couple runs in games as well, too. So thing is, this should be a good matchup. Dodgers always kind of play well against Scherzer as well, too. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. And let's get into our MLB Friday games. We got the Padres at the Phillies. This one should be a good one. This is going to be the early game, too. So you got the Phillies coming in here with Zach Wheeler, who has a 2.20 ERA. Then you have Chris Paddock, who has a 4.64 ERA. When you look at it, Zach Wheeler is the one that's being very dominant this year. And from what I can see here, it looks like this game has all the makings of being an under game, but I think it's Friday night. It should be a little humid there in Philly tonight, and I think that you get the over. So, Philly's going to be a good value bet. The Padres are as well, too. You split right down the middle in this situation as well, too. So we're going to see how it goes, see how it shakes out. But this should be a very, 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 very good game, and I think that we'll all really enjoy exactly what we're watching. Subway Series tonight. Mets at the Yankees at the stadium in the Bronx. It's going to be fun. It's going to be epic. The Mets coming in as a plus 120, and then we have the Yankees coming in as a minus 145. Jordan Montgomery coming in here kind of struggling a little bit as of late, but he is still one of the decent pitchers on the Yankees. 3-2 on the year, 4.06 ERA, 80 Ks to 23 walks. Taijuan Walker has been a godsend this year. He's been so good for this team. This guy's been in the league since he's about 19 years old. Now he's getting another chance with the Yankees as a starting pitcher. His whole career has kind of been revitalized, after being in Toronto and Seattle, having some short stints with them. And, he really didn't do much from about 2018 till now, even though, pretty much this guy was a heralded pitcher coming into the league as well, too. Very young guy when he came here. So, pretty much he's starting to look like a guy that actually knows exactly how his way around the MLB. So, don't sleep on Taijuan Walker, a guy that used to be a play against. He's not that right now. He's 6-3, 2.38 ERA, 82 strikeouts, over 25 walks. So you can't sleep on this guy, but the Mets hitting is absolutely dreadful. So pretty much that's one thing that's going to kind of hinder them a little bit. So we're going to see how this one goes. We're going to see how it shakes out, and this should be a whole lot of fun. So the Subway Series tonight, Yankees, Mets. Let's see how it shakes out, see how it goes. You got the Astros at the Indians. The Astros did get the win yesterday after falling behind 2-0. They weren't feeling too good after being swept by lowly Baltimore. So they come into this one tonight, minus 190 on the spread. And this is an over-under of 9 runs as well, too. The Indians, a 155 home dog, but they do have one of their back-end pitchers going. Sam Hintages, who has a 7.32 ERA, is pretty much striking out and walking guys at the same rate. But we're going against a team that's number one in literally almost every hitting category there is. And so pretty much there's the Indians do have a tough task tonight. I would say scoreboard watch here more than anything. Let's see how it checks out, see how it goes. We got a divisional game tonight between the White Sox and the Tigers, and we know that the White Sox have kind of had issues with the Tigers this year, but that's what it is. The Tigers did get themselves got themselves some pretty good wins over in Cleveland as well, too, winning their last 3 out of 4. But You see the White Sox, after having a little bit of a struggle, they've won their last 4 in a row, and they are looking to continue that as well, too. Lance Lynn is on the mound, one of their better pitchers. He is a 2.06 ERA, 90 strikeouts over 23 walks, and is 7-3 on the season. Casey Mize, 5-4 on the year, 71 strikeouts over 26 walks, and has a 3.46 ERA. So this should be a really good game. This is going to be a game of the, pretty much a lot of us will probably chase the spread on the Sox in this game. There's nothing wrong with that, but we are dealing with the team in Detroit that is winning some games this week. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out. We move on to our next spot. The Cubs, who have been absolutely awful for the last few weeks, and they got swept by the Brewers as well. They lost 3 out of 4 to the Dodgers. Last time they won was last Thursday when they had a no-hitter. So they're struggling right now, and they're struggling hard. So right now it's a good time to see the Reds, another team that's struggling a bit as well too. And so pretty much they did drop 2 out of 3 in their series to the Padres, and the Cubs come in here looking to bounce back somewhat, and they are the dog tonight. So I think that this is actually where you need to play the dog at, and I think the Cubs are a really good dog tonight. So we'll see how it goes, see how it shakes out, and we move on. And in the nightcap, our final game, the game that can get us home if we already got all the other games down, we got the Red Sox at the A's. The Red Sox coming in here feeling good about themselves, but they beat up on the Royals, lowly Royals at that too. But they've won their last 7 in a row, while the Athletics have dropped their last 3 out of 5. So this game right here is always a tricky game for the Red Sox when they come to Oakland. So I like Oakland's chances tonight. I think Oakland is a good money line play because you know what? They're due for a good win over a good team. And Boston's been beating up on the Yankees, who were struggling, and they were beating up on the Royals, who have lost 8 in a row. So pretty much this should be a really good game tonight. And so with that, you guys check out Fubo TV. You guys can catch the games there as well too. And you guys check them on out. You guys can hit the promo code and you guys get a 7 days free on me. So you guys go ahead and check it out. That's going to be Fubo TV. We'll be right back.
The Viget app, where social media meets sports betting. Get the latest line movements in all major sports. Track your daily bets, daily contests, the NFL over-under contest that pays out $10K in cash prizes. This is a cutting-edge app that helps betting be easy. Sign up with the reference code POPDBIC and you will be able to watch my daily show, The Primetime Angles, as a resource to building that bankroll. Viget is available in your Apple or Google Store on your iOS or Android. The social sports betting app, Viget.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a Prime Wave Media production.
All right, we're back with the stretch drive of the show, and I know that it's running a little quick and everything like that, but that's how y'all like it. You know, everybody got short attention spans nowadays, so hey, it is what it is. We'll have some full-length shows next week, but it's Friday, and we want to get to our Friday, get to our weekend. It's a 3-day weekend as well, too, because it is 4th of July weekend, so these employers should be letting you off on Monday because you'll be at work Monday morning. So it's all good. So pretty much you guys, 3-day weekend, it should be a lot of fun. Either or you getting your day off today, you know what I mean? But all in all, it's all good. 4th of July is on Sunday, so get your hot dogs and hamburgers ready, the ribs, the chicken, all that good stuff. I know that you guys are going to be grubbing. Hopefully, I'll be on the same wave. I haven't found nowhere to go yet, but let's go ahead and get into the game that's going to be happening tomorrow. Bucks coming in as a slight dog, minus 105. Hawks are minus 115. This is pretty much a pick 'em. I got the Bucks winning the game tomorrow. I got them wrapping up this series. I think that the Hawks pretty much got figured out. If the Bucks played the way that they did in games 2, 2, and 5, there shouldn't be an issue with winning this game, but they had to do that first. It's going to be tough, though, because Atlanta's going to come into this one with their backs against the wall. We're going to see how game savvy this team really is when they're facing elimination. You have to understand they haven't faced elimination one time where they haven't faced a situation where they could be put out before a game 7 or something like that. They pretty much took command of the New York series in Atlanta and were able to close them out in 5. And then they were up 3-2 against the 76ers, who had to have that clutch win in Atlanta. So Atlanta's already showed that they may not be able to handle the home court advantage as well, too. So this game is going to be really tricky. It's going to be really kind of scary in a sense for Atlanta fans when you look at everything and when you look at how everything is kind of shaping out a little bit. And, they don't have Giannis, but I just ran off the scores for you. They had 4 guys in the starting lineup that scored over 20 points last night. So not having Giannis, is that really that much of an excuse when you play as good as defense as Milwaukee does? Atlanta should be right there and should have themselves a very good game against the Bucks and everything like that. I know that the crowd's going to be going crazy, and they got to give them something to celebrate at the end of the night when they all hit the club and do Atlanta things. So pretty much Atlanta has the pressure on them, but really the Bucks have the most pressure because they got to close this thing out, because anything goes in game 7, because we know that Trae Young, if he's not available in game 6, he'll definitely be available in game 7, but I'm banking on that he'll be available tomorrow for game 6. They just held him out of game 5 because why? The Bucks lost their star too, so they said, why don't we call a spade and just go ahead and have these guys go at it. So all in all with that, I think that the Bucks do win this game. I'm taking them with the minus 105. It'll probably go to a pick 'em tomorrow before we get to the tip-off. Over under a 216.5 as well, too. That is very hittable, but you got to have Trae and Giannis a part of it as well, too. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a part of a big day of sports tomorrow on Saturday. So let's go ahead and get into talking tickets. And we is talking them tickets. I'm doing the over 8 with the Padres and the Phillies today. I know that they got a pretty good matchup going on pitching wise, but Paddock has been known to give up some give up a nice bunch of runs early in games. And you know what? Zach Wheeler is a good pitcher, but he's always suspect. And then we always have plus 1.5 on the Mets as well, too. I think the Mets keep this close with the very, very, very inconsistent Yankee team that actually lost the game the other night when they were up 4-8, 4-7 something, and they wound up giving up 7 runs in the 9th inning. So the Mets, it's tough to trust the Yanks right now. So I like the Mets with the plus 1.5. We got the Astros and the Indians. I'm taking the over 9 here. I think that we're going to be getting a lot of runs in that game today. And then I got the White Sox on the road, minus 1.5. Hopefully they can take care of their business against the Tigers and make us look real good now, because they do have the better pitcher on the mound with Lance Lynn. And then we got the Cubs money line as the dog of the day with the plus 135. And then we also have the A's money line minus 105. And this is actually going to be a 58-1 ticket. So there it is. There it is. The MLB PrimeTime PK6. Single what you like. And you guys can go ahead and make that bet over on YouWager. You guys use my promo code VSXPOP. You guys will get a 50% match deposit. So if you put up $500, they'll match the $250, and you got yourself a free play, and your sports betting journey begins with YouWager, where the world bets at. All right, so I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in once again to the premier sports betting show, the Primetime Angles Live, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. I want to wish everybody a happy Friday as well, too. Give my 2 cents real quick on Sha'Carri Richardson. I think that's absolutely absurd what happened to her with the situation with the marijuana, but rules are rules at the end of the day, and it's the Olympics, so I'm not surprised with that. But hopefully there's some way to appeal that situation and get her back into the games. But Sha'Carri Richardson, we rooting for you, baby. I hope everything works out for you all in all. But all in all, we know who the fastest woman in the world is. And if you're not going, then we know that the fastest woman in the world is not going to Tokyo, okay? So I just want to leave it with that. And as I always say, if you got a hunch, bet a bunch. And bet with your head, not with your heart. The movement is moving, and I'll be back to you guys on Monday at noon. Jeff will be with me as well too, so you guys make sure to tune in, and I'll be back at you. But right now, I am gone.
From the East and the West, you've heard